mainamit lugod, lalaganap, alam ng iyong misyon.
5 kagatos na katuigan, pagtuong na dawat tas na kong grasya. Misyon karon na atong gasa, kaugaling unihalata, mula hutay hangtod mamatay, sa misyon mo, O Diyos, tubagon ta.
We are gifted to give and live our gifts, mercy, compassion, justice, and peace.
The sign our world today will come to believe is the love we have for one and all. We bear the gift of mission, mercy, compassion, justice, and peace. 5 kagatos na katuigan, pagtuong na dawat tas na kong grasya. Misyon karon na atong gasa, kaugaling ni halata, mula hutay hangtod mamatay, sa misyon mo, O Diyos, tubagon ta. Sa misyon mo, O Diyos, tubagon ta.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Christ, to the Second National Mission Congress. We have been live for the Second National Mission Congress since 6 p.m. today. Today is day 5, and we are so blessed and happy to be here live from the library of the Basilica Minore del Santo Niño de Cebu. For those of you who are tuning in just now, please do like, follow, and subscribe to the Facebook and YouTube pages of the CBCP Episcopal Commission on Mission, where you can find all of the talks. And for those of you who missed parts of the National Congress the past few days, please go to the compilation in dominus.s.ph. And now, the structure of the National Mission Congress is that we had earlier had an International Missiology Symposium, wherein there were speakers that gave their insights on mission. And now we continue with the National Mission Forum, wherein we have testimonies and roundtable discussions on mission from missionaries and mission experts all over the world. And yesterday, we had testimonies and a roundtable discussion on mission in the Asia-Pacific region. And today, we have testimonies and a roundtable discussion on mission in Africa. And we would like now to welcome the former Provincial Superior of the Divine Word Missionaries in Kenya. And he is going to give his testimony or sharing about his mission experience in Africa. Let's now all listen to Father Eusebio Manangbao, SVD.
My missionary journey in Maasai land, East Africa, in the countries of Kenya and Tanzania. I arrived in Nairobi on the 9th of December 1994 via Bombay, India. It was evening time when the Air India plane landed at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport in Nairobi City, the capital of Kenya. 2 SVD conferers came to meet and pick me up, and I was brought to our SVD Common Formation Center in Langata, at the outskirts of Nairobi City. As a welcome gesture, I was given a bottle of Tusker Kenyan beer that I drank with much delight. Learning Swahili, the national and official language of Kenya, which is also spoken in some countries of East Africa, like Tanzania. Some areas of the Democratic Republic was the first thing to do. The language center is located in the city, and so, together with the Polish SVD confer, we commuted daily and ride the matatu, a 14-seater van public transport, in which one had to squeeze oneself to get the needed space due to congestion caused by overloading. Another option is to take the bus. I remember one day when riding with the Kenya Stagecoach bus and standing all the way with arms outstretched, holding on to the... I woke up finding myself fully squeezed between two adult women. 3 months of intensive Swahili language studies and learning was over, and the final test of it was to assist in the Holy Week liturgical celebrations in a remote place called Boratana in the Diocese of Garissa in the northeastern part of Kenya, close to the Somalia border. The place was a high risk in terms of security due to the presence of bandits. Public transports go together in a convoy escorted by police vehicles. The week-long stay in the village of Boratana in a purely Swahili environment contributed much to my ability and proficiency in Swahili. I spent more time to be with the children in the village, talking and conversing with them in Swahili without much fear and upon. The nice thing was that they were honest and happy and in correcting me. While waiting for my parish or mission appointment, I was asked to stay at Langas SVD community temporarily. My stay in Langas SVD community in the Diocese of Eldoret in Western Kenya was shortened due to the need of going to Lenkisem mission in Mexico. A language course and introduction to Maasai language and culture was organized, and together with another SVD confrere, we joined the group of eager learners who are from other missionary congregations. A baby boy was born in a nearby Maasai homestead called Engkang, and so we were invited to the big celebration of welcoming the baby boy. We were ushered inside the Maasai hut called Enkaji, plastered with a mix of clay and cow's dung, and met with blinding darkness as the hut has no windows except the small holes opening from the side of the hut. It was total darkness for me at first, as I could hardly see any object or person inside the hut, and added to the inconvenience was the pungent smoke coming from the hearth in the middle of the hut. I was handed a 3-legged stool to sit and made myself comfortable. After the exchange of greetings and salutations and few words of explaining and giving the needed information, we were led out of the hut to sit under a tree in the compound in a circular form. What a relief to breathe fresh air and be in broad daylight. Tin mugs of hot tea were offered to all of us in the group. A very sweet tea, and although pestered by swarms of flies, I enjoyed my share. After the tea, roasted ribs of a goat were brought out and distributed to us. Just the look of the fats oozing from the roasted ribs of the goat was more than enough to churn my stomach, and the thought of eating it made me almost vomit. I closed my eyes, though, and swallowed the fatty meat, and it was delicious. Lenkisem is extremely hot, being in the semi-arid area. The amount of dust is insurmountable. Water is very scarce. The days were rather short compared to the long and hot evenings and nights. Mosquito nets were provided, but not good enough to protect us and my other companions from the mosquito bites. Thank the Lord, I am malaria-free. Every day, the snow-capped Kilimanjaro mountain is always an amazing view to behold. A towering and imposing mountain of 5,895 meters high. That's 19,336 feet above sea level. And climbing it has become a craving interest. Then I watched the film The Snows of Kilimanjaro. 3 months of stay in Lankism Mission was filled with many beautiful and interesting memories. Finally, the time has come for me to go to my mission appointment or place of work, which is Doldol Catholic Mission in Laikipia. It is a Maasai area and place situated in the middle northern part of Kenya above the equator. It was in the month of October 1995 that I finally landed at my new place, which was my home for some years. Meeting the Maasai chief in the area was my desire and priority, and with the best of luck, I met him in one Maasai circumcision ceremony that I attended. And although still struggling so much with Ma, the language of the Maasai, I was able to get the needed welcome and blessing of the chief. On that meeting and encounter, he asked me whether I can build a school, a boarding hostel, or a school dormitory, a dispensary or health clinic, and if I can provide food to his people. I was shocked and felt scared, but able to hold my ground and honestly answered back, telling him that it could be and would be possible with his leadership support, together with the support of the local Maasai community. I said in Swahili, "Pamoja tunaweza," meaning, together we can. He gazed at me straight to my eyes and over from head to foot and upward. He extended his hand for a handshake and embrace. I was welcome to Maasai land. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground. From the book of Exodus, chapter 3, verse 5. A biblical passage inviting me and encouraging me to give due respect and hold with proper decorum and esteem the indigenous beliefs and cultural practices and lifestyles of the local people. It was my lamppost and my guiding light and spirit while living in Maasai land with the indigenous people. I honestly accept that I have many nice and good and beautiful and wonderful things and stuffs that I believe are good to introduce. However, I ended up instead of singing their songs, eating their foods, drinking the muratina, a local Maasai fermented beer from a mix of honey and wild aloe vera root, and the fresh cow's blood mixed with fresh cow's milk, dancing their cultural dances, sleeping in them. Doldol Catholic Mission has 23 mission outstations scattered far and wide in the huge and vast land area of Laikipia. It has 3 big school boarding hostels, and most of the mission outstations have their wooden chapels. Regular visits to the mission outstations for catechisms and Holy Mass celebrations and meetings with the local people were faithfully followed. After some years of living in Doldol, a Swiss SVD confer joined our community. During one of our community meetings, he questioned our approach to doing mission in the area, as if trying to say that we were not doing much after some years of living and being in the mission. An SVD confer from Togo reacted to the comment and a strong argument ensued. I commented by sharing this African proverb by Ratan Tata, as I quote, "If you want to walk fast, walk alone. If you want to walk far, walk together." It simply tells about the value of community and relationships. It is all about community building. Sometimes it seems like working with others slows you down, and it does to an extent, in that you have to go at everyone else's pace and work out disagreements and take everyone else's needs into consideration. Being on your own is often simpler and faster. You only need to concern yourself with you. However, a group brings resilience. While trying on yourself might seem to work better in the short term, it is the community you build with others that will help you keep going and allow you to overcome the obstacles you cannot face on your own. It will be slower, but it's what will get them. It happened that one very late Sunday afternoon, and coming from the mission outstations masses, I found the mission house empty, as my Swiss SVD confer has not arrived yet. And so, as was our community agreement, I took the vehicle and together with our home guard, left the house to look for the confer, following the road going to the place where he went for that Sunday outstations masses. It was already in the early hour of the evening and the road was very bad. The vehicle was a Toyota Land Cruiser pickup, and so we managed to pass and go through, and after some hours of driving, we found the confer already settled at a farmer's house as his vehicle had a mechanical breakdown. He was fortunate enough to get the needed assistance from the farmer. On returning back to the mission house, we took another route. The formation of basic ecclesial communities, locally known as Jumuiya in Dogondogo, was our main program and activities in the mission. Weekdays were spent in the villages for the needed catechisms of the adults and the children. It was during these catechism times that I also took the hut or engkang visitations, as there are those who simply decided to remain in their huts. I always bring with me small packs of sugar of 1 kilo each and tea bags and tobacco for the elderly people and candies for the small children. One afternoon during the hut visitation, and as the usual thing to do of asking permission